Hello class 8th. Through this video, I am going to explain chapter number 4, that is algorithm and flowchart. Okay, so let's start. So the first question that is appearing on the screen is, what is the use of algorithm and flowchart? Okay, so students, every day you perform various activities such as buying stationery, packing the school bag, polishing the shoes, doing homework, etc. Okay, so do you think all these activities involve a series of steps in a sequential order to get the desired output? Okay, so that means whenever we are going to perform any activity, okay, in our day-to-day life, then we have to perform that activities in steps in a sequential manner to get the desired output. Okay, so if we are not performing that activity in a sequential order, so that means we will not get the desired result. Okay, so similarly, to perform a specific task in a computer, we have to give some instructions to a computer. Okay, and these instructions written in stepwise sequence, that is called program or computer programming. Okay, so that means computers need instructions to perform any task, and these instructions will be stepwise sequence. Okay, that we called program. Okay, so if a programmer forgets to place some instructions or writes the instructions in a wrong sequence, then a computer will produce the wrong result. Okay, so in order to ensure that the program instructions are appropriate for the problem and are written in the correct sequence, the program must be planned logically before it is written. Okay, so that means to ensure that the program instructions are appropriate or in a correct sequence, so we need something before writing the program. Okay, so we need a planned logic of that program. Okay, and that planned logic is called algorithm and flowchart. Okay, so before writing any program in any computer programming language, we need to write a planned logic of that program, okay, in a sequential manner. Okay, so that is called algorithm and flowchart. Okay, so we can say that algorithms and flowcharts are used as planned logic which contains some steps in a sequential manner, okay, before writing any program in any programming language. Now the topic is algorithm. Okay, so in computer, whenever we are going to solve any problem, so that time we need to construct a program for that problem. Okay, so first of all, if we want to create, or we can say construct any program in any computer language, so we need to analyze and understand the nature of the problem. Okay, so for that we have to plan the inputs and apply the required methods step by step to get the desired result. Okay, so that means whenever we are going to solve any problem in computer, so we need to uh, plan the inputs, and then we require some methods which will be applied step by step. Okay, so this step by step procedure to solve any logical and mathematical problem is called an algorithm. Okay, so this algorithm is not the actual code, it is the procedure, it is the way by which we can create the computer program. Okay, always whenever the programmer is going to create any computer program, or we can say if the programmer is going to develop any software, so first of all the programmer needs algorithm of that problem. Okay, so then whenever the algorithm is available, then the programmer can easily construct the program by following the procedure which is provided by that algorithm. Okay, so this is the algorithm. Next topic is rules to writing an algorithm. Okay, so an algorithm should be written in English like language. Okay, second point is it should be written in a simple and precise manner so that everyone can understand it. Okay, next rule is an input is required to write an algorithm. Always there will be inputs whenever we are going to write any algorithm, so there will be inputs available. Okay, next rule is each step should be written in a sequential manner. Okay, so that means the sequence of steps should be present in the algorithm. Okay, next rule is one can include variables and define mathematical expressions to calculate the result. Okay, so whenever we are going to solve any problem, so we have to define the variables and mathematical expressions which are used for calculation purpose. Okay, next one is if statements that are of similar type, okay, so that should be combined to avoid a lengthy code. Okay, so that means algorithm should not be very lengthy. Okay, and the last rule is to ensure that an algorithm produces the expected output. Okay, so it should be checked using sample values. Okay, so these are some rules which should be remember whenever we are going to write any algorithm. Okay, now I'm going to explain two examples of algorithms. Okay, now here this is the algorithm for this problem. Okay, so we can see the first step is start and the last step is stop. Okay, so each and every algorithm will contain these two steps, means the first step will be start and the last step will be stop. Okay, now just come to the algorithm. uh, Whenever we are going to create the algorithm, so always we need some inputs. Okay, so here we can see we are going to calculate the sum and average of three numbers. Okay, so here we need three numbers as inputs. Okay, so we can see step 2 is containing input the first number that will be held by the variable a. Okay, step 3 is containing input the second number that will be held by variable b, and input the third number that will be held by c. So here a, b and c are the three variables which are containing three numbers. Okay, the next fifth step is find the sum of three numbers, and the method is a plus b plus c. The method is a plus b plus c, which is used for calculate the sum of these three numbers. Okay, step 6 is find the average. Now we all know that the method which is used for finding the average is sum upon number of uh, values. Okay, so here the sum is a plus b plus c and the number of values is 3. Okay, so this is the method by which we can calculate the average. Okay. The seventh step is print the average. That means showing average of three numbers. Okay, and the last one is stop. So because of this step, the algorithm will be stopped here. Okay, the next algorithm is to compare two numbers and find the greater one. Okay, so again we can see the algorithm will started with start step and ended with stop step. Okay, So here we can see, first of all, we required inputs, okay, and there are two inputs in our problem. Okay, so we can see in the step 2, input two numbers and store them in A and B. That means the inputted numbers will be stored in variable A and variable B. Okay, and in this problem we have three conditions. Okay, the first condition is if both number are equal. Second condition is first number is greater than second number. And the third condition is if the second number is greater than first number. Okay, so here we are going to checking these all conditions. Okay, so in step 3 we are going to check whether A is equal to B. Okay, so if A is equal to B, then go to step 4, and step 4 is containing what? Print both numbers are equal and stop. That means if both numbers are equal, so in that case the output of this problem will be both numbers are equal. Okay, but if A is not equal to B, in that case else go to step 5. Okay, so that means if these numbers are not equal, then step 5 will be executed. Okay, and what is step 5 containing? Compare A and B. Okay, and if A is greater than B, go to step 6. Okay, so if A is greater than B, then step 6 will be executed. And what is the message here? So print A is greater. That means the output of this problem will be 8 is great, A is greater. Okay, and then again the algorithm will be stopped. Okay, but if A is not greater than B, in that case else go to step 7, and step 7 is containing B is greater. Okay, and stop. So in that case the result will be B is greater. Okay, so this is the algorithm by which we can compare two numbers and find the greater one. Okay, the next topic is characteristics of an algorithm. That means features of an algorithm. Okay, so a good algorithm should possess the following features. Okay, the first feature is input. Okay, so an algorithm accept an input. Okay, so if we are creating the algorithm, so always there will be input presents. Okay, the second feature of algorithm is generality. Okay, so it means an algorithm works on a set of inputs. Okay, the next feature is definiteness. Okay, so it means each instruction should be written in a simple and precise manner so that everyone can understand it. Okay, the next feature of algorithm is uniqueness. So each step in an algorithm should be uniquely identified, and an output of each step should depend on the previous step. Okay, next one is finiteness. So that means algorithm should involve finite number of steps to reach a solution. Okay, and the last one is output. So after the instructions are executed, the user must get the desired result. Okay, so these are some characteristics of an algorithm. Okay,